All right, so let's talk about this morning's trade. It is Thursday, August 23rd. So here's the trade. I'm going to try to make this a little bit bigger. And what we can see here, let me extend this a little bit. I'll drag this over so you guys can see it. And what we see here is KOSS. I'm looking at this level too, correct? And right here, the bid is at 443. The ask is at 444. Now, why did I get in on KOSS first off? How did I find KOSS? If you guys are like, wait a minute, let's take a couple steps back. How did you find this? Why did you like it? How was this? KOSS, this has been a top gainer the past 2 days. KOSS is also a 1 million in float stock. KOSS has also been moving up, very strong the last 2 days, and it was on our morning newsletter that I sent out to you guys in the morning. KOSS, a top gainer 2 days in a row, as this stock has gained over $1.30 in the past 2 trading sessions. This is a 1 million in float stock, which is hitting a new 52-week high on its daily chart. If this stock starts moving back up towards its highs, keep on high alert for another run today. This stock does have an 84 on the RSI, but with the 1 million in float, this can easily have its next leg up. So also, when I was looking at KOSS, I saw that we were above a lot of resistance, above this $3 resistance. We have this green day, we have yesterday's green day, and it reminded me a little bit of like an early AWX where we had like our resistance right here, and then we had this green day and this green day, and I was just seeing maybe if it could possibly pop on off and become a big time beast. So it kind of reminded me of that. So it's something I really wanted to watch. So KOSS, that was why I watched it. That's why it was on my watch list. That's why I wanted to focus on this play. Simply enough, because A, the low float, B, the stock has gone on some nice rips over the last 2 days, C, the stock reminded me of AWX, and D, I know how profitable these low float plays can be. So what we have here on KOSS is we have the bid, that's 443, and then we have the ask right here, which is 444. But what do we notice? The ask side is 8,700 shares. That's a very large, correct? So that is going to hold up as a very strong wall. That is going to be a very strong wall because it's going to take a lot, 8,700 shares, to push through this play. But when 8,700 shares, and I know it may not be in HD right here because it's kind of like a recording on top of a recording, so I apologize, but this is 8,700 shares. And if you guys can see this, there's no sort of real resistance until where? 460. We have, let me try and make this a little bit bigger. We have 8,700 shares here. At 454, there's 1,000 shares. And then our next resistance line is at 460. We break down this wall. Guess what happens? We're probably automatically going up to this wall. Where do we buy stocks? We buy stocks at the break of resistance lines, correct? It doesn't matter what type of resistance. If it's a U-shaped pattern, where does buying volume come through? Buying volume comes through at the break of resistance. Buying volume comes through at the break of resistance. Buying volume comes through at the break of the resistance. Doesn't matter if it's U-shapes. It doesn't matter if it's triangles. Buying volume comes through at the break of resistance, right? That's where we see all that big time hype, at the break of resistance. So we are always looking for the break of resistance. Now, where is resistance? We already know. Resistance is at 444 because that's 8,700 shares. If we can break 8,700 shares, the buyers can break this down. There's nothing holding the stock back to get to 460. There's 1,000 shares and you're going to have 100 or 200 or 500 shares come up. But this is our main resistance line. This is, again, the resistance line basically behind 444. So I said to myself, okay, you know what? We got a low float stock. If this stock breaks down 8,700 shares, we are going to be pushing upwards at least to 460. Now, if this stock can't break 460, you know what? Lock it up, and it'll probably come back down. If it can break 460, watch for the stock to continue to move on up and watch for the stock continue to climb. So we have this right here. So KOSS bids at 443 and ask is at 444. Now let's put this in live, real time from this morning, and let's talk about this. So right now we're watching, and you could see my mouse, right here on the level 2. And I'm talking about this play saying, hey guys, watch out for 8,700 shares. We break that down, or we're running where? To 460. 460. So again, now that 8,000 to 5,000 to 4,000 to 2,000 to 1,000. Now it's broken, and guess what? Now we're starting to move on up. Let's watch that again really quickly. Let's watch that again for the moment. And it's everything you can see is very predictable. I'm talking again, basically saying exactly what I said this morning. Hey everyone, we're looking for that we're looking for that next run up, that next break. And I'm saying 8,700 share wall. We break down 8,700 shares. We're going to be running up to 460. That's the next resistance line. Now watch this break down. 5,000, 4,000, 2,000, 1,000. Now again, buyers took control. Buyers took control. It's at 445. KOS popping up on the high of the day momentum scanner. Don't need to lock out. It's at 447. It's at 452. Again, buyers are going to take control because we took out the big 8,000 guy. Now we're moving on up. We're all set, and we're saying, hey, where's the next wall? The next wall right here at 5,300. I'm not worried about 100. I'm not worried about 1,000. I'm worried about the 6,000. 5,000 shares right here. 5,100 shares right here. 5,000 shares. Hey, guys, we need to break through 560. If we can't break through 560, the stock is going to turn. Hey, we're getting pretty close to break through 560, but everyone have your finger on the trigger in case you can't break through 560. Let's see, 560 still holding up as the wall. We have to break it within the next few moments, guys. If we can't break 560 in the next few moments, I'm going to lock it up. Wait, where's all volume going? Volume's disappearing. Nope, no volume. Guys, I got to get out here. Guys, I'm going to get out here. Now it starts turning. Now it's back down to 457. Now it's holding a little bit up towards around 459. It's trying to hold. Volume's getting a little weaker. There's, your turn. And now it starts turning back on down. 448, bid at 440. So when we, replay this whole entire play, we can see to ourselves the predictability behind it. And it all started with realizing that right here was our wall. And we look at the level 2, and we can look at the level 2 right here as well. And we could say once this wall is broken down, there's no wall until here. We buy at resistance breaks and sell at the next resistance level. Now, why am I not looking for the 460 break? At the 460 break, I was still holding. I was still holding at the 460 break. But the 460 break never came. Why is that? Well, right now we haven't seen a lot of breakouts. Why is that? Right now we haven't been able to see a lot of big time runs. Why is that? It's summer market conditions. We're in August still. The hottest time is fall into the winter. The fall gets extremely hot. September, October, November. Then November, December, January, insane. The next 6 months are going to be wild, and we usually see big time breakouts. But when I'm trading a stock, all I'm doing is focusing on the level 2. I wasn't really looking at the candles here. The candles, again, got me involved with this play. But when I'm trading, all I'm doing is saying, okay, break of 8,700 shares. We are going up to where 460 next wall. Break of 460, we can run up to 475. If we can't break 460, lock out, take your 15-cent profit. Even if you have 1,000 shares, okay, you have 150 bucks, cool, and take it and enjoy it. That's more than what you just had 2 minutes ago. And let's talk about how I knew 460 wasn't going to break. So here's me talking about 8,000 shares get broken down. We're going to run up towards 460, 7,000 shares. That's the next resistance wall. Notice how it starts getting broken down right here. Now, right when it breaks down, we are in the clear. Boom. We're in the clear. The stock's at 445, 450, 453. Now, again, starting to pop up on the high of the day momentum scanner. Now, again, we also see some good activity. We see basically the momentum bar moving. We see the time and sales moving. We see people, buying and selling the stock. That's what we want to see. Now, as we get to 460, 460 is our next wall. We see right here, we got 5,300 shares. Now, when we get to 460, we want activity going crazy through this. Like it just had has some good activity right now. That's good. We want activity going through crazy through here because this is where we want to break. We want volume. Volume equals activity equals profit. Low volume equals low activity, which also equals less strength. So what do I start seeing? I'm looking at this, waiting to see if it's going to break down. Everything's moving still. But now look at this. In a couple seconds, boom. Everything's just paused. It's like paused. Nothing's, it's not moving as well. And notice when the time and sale starts going down, or when the time and sale starts freezing a little bit, people are going to start selling it. And that's when we start seeing a turn in a little bit. And it may be a little bit tough for you to notice right away. But now notice it was frozen and then boom, and then everyone dumped it off because it was not breaking at that 460 mark. So how was I able to predict this play? How was I able to predict this play? What do we have? 3,000 shares, 444, 460 couldn't break. I sold on a market order, 457. I market ordered in, I market ordered out. So I market ordered in, I market ordered out. When did I market order in? When I was watching this play. I'll show you watch this. I was watching this play saying, guys, when 8,700 shares gets broken down, that's when I'm going. So I'm sitting here watching 8,700 shares. I'm saying when that gets broken down, that's when I'm going to look to enter. Okay, so nope, no entry yet. No entry yet. Just sitting back, watching a little bit. If this, 8,700 shares gets broken down, that's when I know the stock's going to run up to that area. So nope, my hand's on the trigger, watch my mouse pull away. And here we go. Now I'm going. Just went to 2,000. Now I'm going. 1,000. Now it's going. Now I'm good. So you could see it went from 8,000 to 7,000 to 6,000. I pull my mouse away. I market order in because that means people are buying. And then that's when I start hopping in. Because of the plain fact, 8,700 shares is getting broken down. So I just want everyone to understand that on how that play happened. Why that play happened. The predictability behind that play. You break one wall, you run to the next wall. You break that wall, you can run to the next wall. You break that wall, you can run to the next wall. But we have our one wall broken, it ran to our next one, it couldn't hold. I got out of it at 457. I had made $392. I will take it. Now, again, that's not a huge trade. It's a total of what? About 15, not even 15 cents. But I'm still playing smart. I'm staying credible. I don't want to force anything that's not going to be there. And all I'm doing to make that play is, yes, do some research from the day before. See it's a top gainer. See that the stock is a low float play. See that the stock has volume. See that the stock, is setting itself up the way I want. Okay, now it's on my radar. Now let me look at the level 2, bids and the ask. Okay, where can I buy the stock when we break through this resistance wall on the level 2? And I can sell it when we come up to this resistance wall on the level 2. So that is what I was looking at, guys. And I just want to make sure. Now I'll start recording, every single morning so we can kind of like do like an NBA type of, or football, like watch our game tape. Watch our game tape and basically talk about it. Watch our game tape and break down our trade, what we do right and what we do wrong. And I suggest you guys do the same thing as well. As we said, we're moving over to a new platform over this fall, Tradecaster, which is going to be insane. And there's a recording software built into it. So you can, record your trades and you can watch them and recap them and everything along those lines. So that's going to be awesome. So I'm very excited about, working with them. But that was my KOSS trade that led me to be able to make $392 today. And I just want to make sure, again, that was not an easy trade, especially for a beginner, especially for a rookie. Not an easy trade. It was quick. You had to know what you're doing. If you don't know how to read a level 2, guess what? You probably weren't going to be coming out too profitable. As I say, you can't just follow. I want you guys to be successful, and I want you guys to know how to read a level 2, how to be independent traders, how to be consistently profitable in the market. I always say, guys, people sometimes like, oh, I just want to follow what you do. I'll just buy what you buy. I'll just sell what you sell, and I'll make the same amount. That's not how it works. I give the analogy, imagine you never picked up a football. You never picked up a football once in your life. And you walk up to Tom Brady and you're like, hey, easy here, Tom. I'll take over today. And he's like, what? It's like, just tell me the plays to run and I'll do it. Yeah, but you never touched a football. Just tell me what to play and we'll have the same outcome. All right, hit, red fox 38 on blue. All right, ready, break. And all of a sudden, this ball comes out, hits you in the face mask. You're trying to hold it. You're like, what is this weird contraption? You chuck it in the air. You get rocked by a 300-pound lineman, wake up in the hospital. And you're like, what happened? It's like, oh, yeah, you were absolutely awful. It's like, yeah, but you said to do this play and it didn't work out. Yeah, but have you ever thrown a football before? No. Have you ever touched a football before? No. Have you ever played football before? No. Can you spell football? No, not at the moment. It's like, just because, you can't just follow what everyone else does. You have to still be able to have the experience of knowing what I'm looking at, of knowing how to read a level 2, of knowing the reactions of low floats, of knowing the break of resistance. If you have football experience from elementary to middle to high school to college, and you walked on the Patriots team and Tom Brady told you to do this, you have a much higher chance of success on running that play other than someone who's never touched a football before. If you paper traded for months after months and have traded for the past year, and I say, hey guys, all right, I'm looking at KOSS for the break on this level 2 right here of 8,700 shares. Next resistance wall is up towards around 460. That's going to be around 7,000 shares. Low float, so be ready for the crazy reaction. Ready, break. And you're just like, all right, what did Dek talk about right there? I have no idea what he just said, but at the same time, let's make some money. Woo! And then the play goes by and you're like, Dek, how did you win and I lost? That doesn't make any sense. Were you ready for the break? Oh, there was a break? Were you ready for strong resistance? What's resistance? You guys have to, again, know these terms, know what to look for in these level 2. And that's why I do these lessons. So, the next one you're ready. Now, if you traded it and you profited, awesome. If you guys sat back and you stayed disciplined, hey, that's awesome. And if you guys did attack and you didn't make money, make sure you guys understand the mistake that you guys made. Whatever it was. Got in late, didn't realize the resistance wall on the level 2, sold too early, sold too late, whatever it could be. It was not an easy trade. It was quick, it was fast, and you had to be ready for it.